like clock. I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop.
Definitely, arguably one of the best chapters. This chapter had so much great things in it, and of course, it had the biggest fight, Isshiki Otsutsuki versus Naruto and Sasuke. But not only that, this is the final form Isshiki Otsutsuki, well, as of right now. But from what we've seen, Isshiki Otsutsuki looks extremely scary. A lot of people were kind of questioning if this Isshiki Otsutsuki is actually going to be faster or even stronger than the Isshiki Otsutsuki that we did see when he had the Karma seal. And I think this chapter right here put all of those questions to absolute rest. Isshiki Otsutsuki looked like a monster. Plain and simple. The first instance of this that we actually seen is that Naruto, he couldn't really react to what Isshiki did, period. Like the first time that we did see Isshiki Otsutsuki actually try to speed blitz somebody was when Naruto and Boruto were standing right next to each other. In a blink of an eye, Isshiki Otsutsuki took Boruto and basically went up in the sky. It almost looked like they teleported. Now I'm not necessarily sure if they actually teleported or if they didn't teleport, man, because Isshiki Otsutsuki, as of right now, he has so much abilities that the audience of Boruto just does not know yet. He could possibly have a bunch of things that were just not introduced in the anime of Naruto, period. But assuming that it was not teleportation, just that speed feat alone, absolutely insane. Like Sasuke had to tell him, like, Naruto, look up in the air. They're up in the air. And not only that, Isshiki Otsutsuki literally reacted to Sasuke's teleportation. This right here is confirmed. We understand that Sasuke has teleportation. He completely switched places with Boruto when Isshiki Otsutsuki was up in the air. Sasuke tried to hit him with a Chidori. Isshiki Otsutsuki was not phased at all. It seemed like he reacted to it extremely easy. And Sasuke's speed on top of teleportation jutsu, Isshiki Otsutsuki reacted to that and made it look like complete light work. Another thing that made Isshiki Otsutsuki look absolutely dominant, Sasuke tried to come at him with the sword. Now at this particular point, what we understand is that Isshiki Otsutsuki can shrink almost everything that comes into his line of sight. I think that Sasuke should have possibly understood that, but because Sasuke didn't necessarily get to figure out exactly all of his motives and all the things that he could possibly do, we have to cut Sasuke a little bit of slack. But regardless, when Sasuke actually tried to blitz him with a sword, it looked like an absolute horror show. Sasuke was completely finished. Sasuke might have actually died if Boruto did not actually get involved, but I can't really do the Sasuke stands like that, man, because if Boruto didn't get involved, it's very possible that Sasuke could have just used his teleportation jutsu to teleport out of the line of the sword that Isshiki Otsutsuki was swinging. But regardless, it didn't look like a good scene for Sasuke. So just to put everything together for right now, Isshiki Otsutsuki is faster than Naruto and Sasuke, he's stronger than Naruto and Sasuke, and his abilities just flat out are probably even better than Naruto and Sasuke with his added dojutsu that basically no one knows exactly what it does just yet. As of right now, it does not look good. Now let's look at some things that could possibly be seen as Isshiki Otsutsuki's weakness. Now there's a couple of things that happened in this chapter that did make Isshiki Otsutsuki kind of backpedal like Deion Sanders. One of the biggest things is the well-planned attacks, and this is one of the reasons why I really wanted Shikamaru to possibly go with them, mainly because Shikamaru and Sasuke's brains sticking together. Shikamaru added to this equation would have probably made this fight a lot easier just because they have a lot more plans. Now in this chapter specifically, what they did was Naruto used his Shadow Clone Jutsu to pretty much overwhelm Isshiki Otsutsuki. Now we understand 1v1, Isshiki Otsutsuki is faster and stronger than Naruto, as I said earlier, but if it's multiple of Naruto's, that is more things that Isshiki Otsutsuki has to worry about, and because of that, it kind of overwhelmed Isshiki Otsutsuki. And afterwards, Naruto kind of got a hold of Isshiki Otsutsuki, and then Sasuke was extremely close to using his Chidori against Isshiki Otsutsuki. Again, well-planned maneuver, multiple people attacking Isshiki Otsutsuki, so he has to worry about multiple things at the same time. At that particular point though, Isshiki Otsutsuki did a very good counter with his dojutsu. He pretty much had things appear out of nowhere. Now, here's the thing. We can kind of see that as a W. Even though it was an L overall, we can kind of see it as a W, mainly because when they did try to attack Isshiki Otsutsuki before, it didn't go like that. It looked absolutely horrendous. But arguably the biggest weakness of Isshiki Otsutsuki in this chapter, and it was kind of hinted on by Amado, and I'll get to Amado and Kawaki's interactions later on in this video, but regardless, what Amado was talking about is the fact that Boruto might actually realize that he's the key to Sasuke and Naruto winning against Isshiki Otsutsuki. What we understand is that Isshiki Otsutsuki is probably not going to be able to kill Boruto. People might not actually know the exact reason, and of course I do want to point out this is not necessarily set in stone, but here's two reasons why I feel like Isshiki Otsutsuki is probably not actually going to be able to kill Boruto. One of the main reasons is the fact that Otsutsuki members can't necessarily kill other Otsutsuki members. We understand that Isshiki Otsutsuki is probably viewing Boruto as an Otsutsuki member. In this chapter, he actually said that Boruto was Momoshiki's vessel. He understands that. He basically views him as the Otsutsuki member. If Isshiki Otsutsuki is in fact still loyal to the Otsutsuki clan, that would pretty much mean that he cannot kill Boruto. Now, another thing. If Isshiki Otsutsuki is actually going to attack Boruto with the intent to kill, Momoshiki is most likely going to be compelled to act at that particular point, and it might might be a situation where Isshiki Otsutsuki understands that he can't really take Naruto, Sasuke, plus Isshiki at the same time. And if Isshiki Otsutsuki wants to come out of this alive and also implant Kawaki with his Karma Seal again, he can't really take that chance of Isshiki forcing himself into a battle just like this. Now, prior to this chapter, I kind of had a feeling that Isshiki Otsutsuki was probably not going to kill Boruto, probably because he was fascinated with the body of Boruto and also what he could possibly become, because he has the Karma Seal and also because he's possibly a worthy vessel. He might have been able to reverse Ishiki's Karma Seal before, but it seems like because of this chapter, that is not the case. He just can't kill Boruto for other reasons, and of course, those reasons are definitely respected. Now, here's the thing. Boruto actually found out that Isshiki Otsutsuki is not actually allowed to kill Boruto, or he does not want to kill Boruto, and because of that, Boruto is definitely going to use that to his advantage. But the question is going to be, like, how is Boruto going to actually use that to his advantage? Is he going to basically be like a body shield to Sasuke and Naruto and basically try to protect him every step of the way? One thing that I could definitely think of is Isshiki Otsutsuki thinking twice and taking a second look after all of his attacks, because as you guys know, Sasuke has the ability to teleport almost everything. He could teleport Boruto into the way of almost every single attack, and if Sasuke catches wind of that and he actually starts to do that, Isshiki Otsutsuki can't really start to attack all willy-nilly, mainly because that would put Boruto at risk. Now, real quick, I do want to touch on some of the other things that happened in this chapter, and I think these things were absolutely insane. First things first, before the battle even started with Isshiki Otsutsuki basically took Boruto up in the air, and he told Boruto that his Karma Seal was about 70 to 80% complete. Now, at that particular point, I dropped my jaw. It was absolutely insane. When we talk about just the time frame, a lot of people are actually wondering what was the time frame of when the Karma Seal was actually going to be able to take over Boruto completely. People were speculating possibly 10 years, possibly 5 years, possibly even 50 years. What we understand is that the only time frame that we did get is the fact that Jigen over 1,000 years ago got the Karma Seal, and there was a 1,000-year window of when Isshiki Otsutsuki could have possibly completed the resurrection inside of Jigen's body. Now what we understand is that just in the span of a year, like possibly even less than that, Boruto now is 70 to 80% finished, just 80% finished with the Karma Seal completely taking over Boruto's body. And not only that, Boruto also has some hidden abilities of the Karma Seal that he just does not know how to use as of yet. Now, can it be a situation of where, like, I don't know, 95% of the Karma Seal is going to be complete in a matter of like a year and a half, and it's probably going to take, like, I don't know, 5 more years for like the last 5% to pretty much kick in, mainly because that's the more and most critical parts of the Karma Seal actually being able to take over the whole body? I have no idea, but as of right now, what we can possibly assume is that something is going to need to happen between Boruto and Isshiki between the next couple of weeks or possibly the next couple of chapters that could possibly give us some sort of relief of Boruto possibly losing his whole body to Isshiki Otsutsuki. And not only that, in this particular fight right now, Boruto is most likely going to try to attempt to tap into the Karma Seal and tap into the quote-unquote unique ability that he has to try to help Sasuke and Naruto. Not only because of the fact that they are in a life or death situation, but also because of the fact that Boruto himself, I'm pretty sure he's intrigued. I'm pretty sure he wants to use a lot more abilities, but also the next chapter of Boruto is definitely going to be a very good one. But let me know what you guys think. It's me, your boy Baara B, and we out.
It's a knife.